Settle in now, and let your thoughts drift softly, like clouds across a quiet sky. Tonight, we journey to a time long, long ago, in a galaxy far, far away, where starlight twinkled upon distant worlds and brave hearts found their true paths. Imagine a calm, dark vastness, dotted with countless shining stars as we begin our tale. Our story opens on a small, graceful starship, quietly making its way through this cosmic ocean. On board was a very important person, a princess named Leia Organa, whose gentle spirit carried a vital secret. Sadly, her vessel was soon met by a much larger, more imposing ship, belonging to a vast, powerful empire that sought to bring all things under its strict, unyielding gaze. A quiet skirmish unfolded, not with harsh sounds, but with the distant shimmer of energy beams and the soft thud of boarding parties. Knowing the grave importance of her secret, Princess Leia entrusted a tiny cylindrical data device to a brave little droid, a resourceful helper named R2-D2. He was a small, blue and white astromech, full of quiet determination. Accompanying him was his tall, golden companion, C-3PO, a protocol droid who often worried, but whose loyalty was steadfast. They slipped away in an escape pod, gracefully falling towards a nearby desert planet, a warm, sandy world called Tatooine, leaving the commotion softly behind them. As their pod settled gently onto the warm dunes of Tatooine, R2-D2 and C-3PO began their quiet journey across the vast, undulating landscape. They soon encountered a peculiar group of scavengers, small hooded beings known as Jawas, who gently captured the droids and led them to their immense, rumbling sand crawler. Within this moving fortress, amid a collection of other gentle machines, R2 and C-3PO awaited their next destination. Their journey eventually led them to a quiet homestead nestled within the planet's sandy hills, belonging to a kind young man named Luke Skywalker and his Aunt Beru and Uncle Owen. Luke was a dreamer, often gazing at the twin sunsets, yearning for something more than his quiet life on the moisture farm. He had a gentle heart, full of curiosity and a deep sense of compassion. The Jawas, in their unique manner, presented the droids for sale. C-3PO was quickly chosen, and with a soft nudge from R2, Luke convinced his uncle to acquire the resourceful astromech as well. It was later that evening, as the two suns began their slow descent, painting the sky in hues of orange and violet, that R2-D2 revealed his hidden message. A soft, shimmering hologram of Princess Leia appeared, her voice a gentle whisper, speaking of a plea for help and referring to a mysterious figure named Obi-Wan Kenobi. Luke, intrigued, realized he knew of an old hermit in the nearby Jundland wastes, a quiet, wise man everyone simply called Ben Kenobi. The next morning, Luke set out, guided by R2-D2, to find this mysterious Ben. The journey was peaceful until they encountered a group of wild sand people whose presence was more a rustle in the wind than a threat. But just as their quiet sounds grew closer, a gentle, unseen force diffused the tension, and an old, kind voice called out. It was Ben Kenobi, who revealed his true identity as Obi-Wan Kenobi, a wise Jedi Knight from a time long past. He spoke of Luke's father, a brave pilot and a Jedi himself who had been betrayed by a dark figure named Darth Vader. Obi-Wan also explained the significance of the message R2 carried. It held the complete plans to a formidable Imperial battle station, a giant sphere called the Death Star, capable of immense power. As they returned to Luke's homestead, a quiet dread settled upon them. The familiar structures were gone, leaving only the somber silence of devastation. Luke's Aunt Beru and Uncle Owen were no longer there. In that moment of profound sadness, Luke made a quiet, brave decision. His peaceful farm life was over. He would join Obi-Wan and help Princess Leia. Their next stop was the bustling spaceport of Mos Eisley, a hive of activity where all manner of beings came and went. Here, they needed to find a pilot who could transport them safely off Tatooine. Obi-Wan led them to a softly lit cantina where the air hummed with peculiar music and the murmur of many voices. It was here they met a charming, confident pilot named Han Solo, a bit rough around the edges, but with a good heart, accompanied by his loyal, shaggy co-pilot, Chewbacca. Han agreed to fly them in his fast, nimble ship, the Millennium Falcon, for a fee. Their departure from Tatooine was a swift, clean escape, a gentle liftoff as they navigated past the soft glow of Imperial patrol ships. Soon, they made the quiet, wondrous jump to hyperspace, where stars elongated into peaceful streaks of light, promising a quick journey to Alderaan, Princess Leia's home planet. However, when they emerged from hyperspace, Alderaan was gone. In its place, a field of shimmering star dust, a poignant reminder of the Death Star's terrible might. Before they could fully grasp the tragedy, the Millennium Falcon was caught in a gentle but firm tractor beam, drawing them slowly, inexorably, towards the immense spherical form of the Death Star itself. Once inside the vast metallic corridors of the Death Star, our heroes moved with quiet determination. Luke, Han, and Chewbacca, with the droid's help, embarked on a daring rescue mission to free Princess Leia, who was held in a secure detention block. They navigated the complex, softly humming pathways, their footsteps hushed, their intentions clear. They found Leia, regal and composed even in captivity, and together they orchestrated a quiet escape, even enduring a brief, unexpected dip into a gently swirling trash compactor before finding their way out. Meanwhile, Obi-Wan Kenobi, with a serene grace, went to disable the tractor beam, an essential step for their escape. There, in a quiet, intense encounter, he faced Darth Vader. Their conflict was not loud or violent, but a measured dance of shimmering energy blades, a poignant reflection of a deep, sorrowful history. With a profound calmness, Obi-Wan made a selfless choice, allowing himself to become one with the Force, dissolving softly into the ether, ensuring Luke and the others could escape. The Millennium Falcon, with Leia, Luke, Han, and Chewbacca safely aboard, made a swift, clean exit from the Death Star, the giant station shrinking behind them as they re-entered the soft embrace of hyperspace. They journeyed towards a hidden rebel base on a lush moon called Yavin 4, carrying the precious plans R2-D2 held. At the rebel base, amidst the gentle murmur of preparations, the plans were analyzed. They revealed a small, vulnerable exhaust port, a tiny flaw that, if hit precisely, could trigger a chain reaction within the Death Star, leading to its quiet, peaceful dissolution. The brave rebel pilots, including Luke, prepared their small, nimble starfighters for a final, crucial mission. Han Solo, ever the pragmatist, initially decided to leave, thinking only of his payment, but his good heart eventually guided him back. The final battle unfolded in the quiet vacuum of space around the Death Star. Small starfighters danced around the colossal station, their energy beams tracing soft lines of light. Luke, with the gentle guidance of Obi-Wan's spirit resonating within him, learned to trust his instincts, to feel the flow of the Force, an invisible energy that connects all living things. With a deep breath and a quiet resolve, he let go of his visual aiming, allowing the Force to guide his shot. The proton torpedoes found their mark, a tiny, precise hit. A quiet, profound ripple spread through the Death Star. It didn't explode with a loud bang, but rather it unfolded and dissolved in a magnificent, silent burst of shimmering light, a gentle release of all its accumulated energy into the vast, peaceful emptiness of space. The threat was gone, dissipated into stardust. Back at the rebel base, a beautiful ceremony took place. Princess Leia, graceful and smiling, bestowed medals upon Luke and Han, recognizing their immense bravery and their quiet, pivotal roles in saving the galaxy from the Death Star's oppressive presence. Chewbacca stood proudly beside them, a symbol of loyalty and courage. And so, as the soft light of distant stars shines down upon our heroes, our story comes to a gentle close. The galaxy, though still vast and full of new adventures, found a moment of quiet peace, a promise of hope for the future. Luke, no longer a simple farm boy, had embraced his destiny, guided by the wisdom of his mentors and the strength of his own quiet courage. Rest now, knowing that even in the grandest of tales, brave hearts and gentle spirits can bring about the most wonderful, peaceful resolutions. Sleep softly, and may your dreams be as bright and hopeful as the stars themselves.